What's going on, fight fans? It's the end of the month, and I'm thinking, you know what? Let's do an end of the month recap for the month of August. And we can start off with boxing. The first fight I could think of is Dillian Whyte versus Moses Itauma. And boy, Moses Itauma's for real. He can box his ass off. I was shocked by the speed. I was shocked by a lot of things. Like, it's crazy to see a young kid that good and that physical and that fast and that powerful and that composed and that patient and that fast and that quick, that everything. But Dillian Whyte, man, you're a bad motherfucker too. You're tough as hell because not many people would fight Moses. Not many people would fight Moses. Dillian Whyte, you're a bad motherfucker too. You're tough as hell. You came to fight. You were in shape. But man, Father Time is undefeated. The next fight on that card was Raymond Ford versus Abraham Nova. And look, Raymond Ford can box. Dude he's a slick southpaw from I think Camden, New Jersey. And then Abraham Nova is a Puerto Rican that, I think he's based in New York, upstate, something like that, Buffalo. I could be wrong. But Abraham Nova took the fight on short notice, but he came in shape. Raymond Ford, landed his left-handed will, but just couldn't get him out of there. Abraham Nova's tough, and he put up a good showing. And the next fight I could think of, Sam Goodman versus Nick Ball. Nick Ball was just, bigger and just outworked Sam Goodman. But Sam Goodman did put on, he put on a good show. He tried. The next fight I could think of, Sam Goodman versus Nick Ball. Nick Ball was just too big for the smaller Sam Goodman. Sam just came up from the weight class below, and he tried. He fought his ass off, but it just wasn't good enough. Let's take it to bare-knuckle. Shout out to Julian Lane. Let me bang, bro. Yeah, you banged. You won that belt. You banged him. You banged him out. You won that belt, dog. Finally. You've been doing your thing with the BKFC for a while, though. It's good to see you with that gold around your waist, man. Keep that shit up. All right, so let's take it to MMA. MMA for this month. All right. Okay, so Chimaev versus DDP. Chimaev, hey, we got a new champion. Chimaev did his thing. He went out there. He wrestled, grappled, got the W. People are mad about that. Hey, he got the W. So now it's up to the matchmakers to bring forth a better challenge that could make Chimaev use his hands more. And it could happen. I can see RDR being that guy. Who's that dude that beat Roman Dolce? I forgot his name. I'm going blank. But that's a bad motherfucker too. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight. But there are other people elsewhere, My boy Azamat Bikoyev's coming too. So, man, that was a fight right there. Pico versus Lerone Murphy. Aaron Pico's a bad motherfucker, though. I'm not going to lie. He was controlling the fight early. That's early. As he was applying pressure, he got caught with the spinning back elbow, the set going for that night. He'll bounce back. Lerone Murphy's a bad motherfucker, too. He can wrestle. He can grapple. He can kick. He can punch. He has a good, strong fight IQ. And we're in a fight IQ era because being tough and being a pressure fighter ain't enough to win these days now. You have to be smart. You have to be able to do damage. That's what's going to win fights. IQ and damage. Let's start off with the heavyweights. Oleg Popov versus Alexander Romanov. Now, at first, I thought that Popov, with the more superior conditioning, was going to run right through Romanov. Like, by the second round, I figured that he'd take him down and get him out of there, right? But Romanov came with a game plan. Fight IQ. He changed shit up. He came with a clinch-heavy game. Now, don't get me wrong. Popov won the first 3 rounds. But rounds 4 and 5, he was in for a fight because that's when the tide started to change. And Romanov started hitting him with shit, stunned him, rocked him. and almost landed a motherfucking head kick. Yeah, that was a good fight because it seemed boring at first, but then as the fight went on, the stakes started mattering. As the fight went on, the fight got closer, and things like the minutes started to matter more because at any time it seemed like Romanov could have easily knocked out Popov because Popov was barely hanging on. He fought very hard, but I think he burnt himself out a little bit because Romanov's pressure. Romanov came with educated pressure, and that pressure was effective. Romanov used educated pressure to wear down Popov, and by the time the fourth and fifth round came about, you could see it. But Popov hung on for the victory. It was a good fight. Then we have the 205 Tournament Championship Finals, which pitted Antonio Carlos Jr. versus Sullivan Cauley. And look, people kind of Shoeface out. Yeah, that's Antonio's name. Shoeface. Y'all counted him out. But Shoeface had them hands. Y'all didn't know. He can box too. He has a long ass reach, a pesky ass jab, a good right hand, and guess what? He showed that bitch off early. I mean, he rocked Sullivan Cauley. That first round was probably the round of the year because look, he goes out there, throws a 1-1-2, drops Sullivan, is putting the Beats by Dre's on Sullivan. Then Sullivan gets up, drops him, right? Drops Shoeface. He drops Shoeface. And then as he goes to finish off Shoeface, Shoeface up kicks him in the face and drops him to his knees. And that round was crazy. Then round two, I forgot what round it ended in, but Shoeface head kicked him. I think the second or third round. I think second round head kicked him, took his back, and then applied the rear naked choke to get the submission win. Shoeface is a two-time PFL Tournament Champion. So yeah, shout out to Shoeface. Then we have the 185 Tournament Finals, right? Between Dalton, Hercules, Rasta versus Fabian, Badman. Edwards, that's a bad man though. I ain't gonna lie. I've been fucking with Fabian Edwards. I like his style. Dalton Ross is a bad motherfucker too. I heard about Dalton Ross from my boy Darnell Boone, Diesel, Mr. One Punch Man. And if y'all know who that is, Google Darnell Boone. He's one of the hardest hitting motherfuckers out there. I call him One Punch. He's the black One Punch Man, literally. And he told me, he said, "Hey Mo, I got this kid. He's an Amish dude. He's this Amish dude named Dalton. He can box." I didn't know Amish motherfuckers can box like that. I forgot about it. And then years later, I run into Dalton, and Dalton tells me he knows Darnell. And then Darnell tells me, "Hey, Mo, I told you about Dalton." And I'm like, "Oh, that's the Amish motherfucker, man." Yeah, Dalton's built like a brick house. He's talented, quick, fast, powerful, athletic. But he ran into a dude that's the same, but has more experience. And Fabian Edwards is a cold-blooded killer, man. Johnny Eblen defeated him twice, and both times Johnny fought him, it wasn't easy. This man has gained more not courage. This man has gained more confidence. This man has gained more confidence after he beat Machida, after he defeated what's that boy's name, Musasi, and then he went 5 rounds with Johnny, and those 5 rounds was no joke. So when the fight started, Dalton came out strong, won round 1, utilizing his power and his speed and his wrestling. Round 2 comes out. Dalton took round 2 with his heavy hands and his wrestling. Round 3 came. Fabian Edwards came out a little different. He came out with more urgency. He came out with just more confidence. Like, he's like, "All right, you know what? It's round 3. It's my time to shine." And he backed Dalton up with kicks and punches and landed the nasty head kick that floored Dalton, and Fabian Edwards got the knockout victory. But man, it was a good fight while it lasted. Dalton will be back. Mark my words. And Fabian versus Castelo Vastinas, that's a good fight too, because the first time they fought, it was close. But just know this: whoever wins that belt, Johnny Eblen's coming back. He will be back. Don't say his name 3 times because he might fuck around in the pier. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I like PFL. even though they banned me from cornering fighters there because of Mike Hogan. But we'll talk about that shit later. But whatever. But you know what? As long as my boy JJ looks good in Saudi Arabia, we're cool. As long as my boy Umar Taub looks good, we cool. As long as pretty boy David Yakshimaradov looks good, we're cool. I like the fact that PFL has a platform that allows a lot of the fighters I work with a chance to shine and get paid. So as long as, shout out to PFL for sticking around because they could have been gone, but they're still around. They try to make shit work, and I'm happy for it. Hey, and the PFL has some bad motherfuckers there too. Now, you just ain't gonna go up in the PFL and win that tournament. Because they got some people in that motherfuckers that, man, my bad for cussing though. And that's the recap for the month of August. If you like what you heard, you know what I'm saying, go to my YouTube channel and follow me. I'm going to have some more. Look, I'm going to have some more shit coming out soon. You're going to see me with Luis Cuba Arias, my boy Steve Mako, Ryan Quinn, Dean Thomas, look, Roy Big Country Nelson.